One who Kotoko ne has for letter no. Na one who asema DCOP no so aka no. Okay no bomu a.
DCOP DCOP.
Okay no bomu headline no. Kotoko for nsem no mu chemu miensa no. Almost say then one man dey go no. Yeah man dey go. The name man will go be a man. Okay, so the chairperson of the Safety and Security Committee of the GFA, DCOP leader Donko says football fan Nana Pooley was not stabbed at the stadium during last weekend unfortunate incident. I mean, say and your stadium okra. Na sa assembly see you know. And see what stadium was outside the stadium, and he was picked by a tricycle and dropped at that section of the stadium. I have to say this because there are all kinds of comments about how the police allowed someone to come into the stadium with a knife. Let me mention that the police have a strict search regime. Questions in those who
video na pull it down. But
there are too many questions.
That video near evidence.
Because I think I started, it's just the beginning.
I mean, also a
DCOP leader Donko. An emotional tribute to a devoted Asante-Kotoko fan, supporters of Kotoko and Accra's Vogue set aside their historic rivalry in honor of the late Nana Pooley at the solemn vigil night at Ababa Stadium and ran a course swore. During the vigil night, Nana Pooley, Asante-Kotoko MC chairman, Nana Pinka, Akwesiwa air supporters remain calm and not seek revenge, assuring them that the police will bring the perpetrators to justice. Okay, meanwhile, Kotoko Communicating Director Safu Duku has reaffirmed that the club remains firm in its decision to temporarily suspend all matches in honor of the late Pooley. Okay. Ape Kotoko Sone has a meeting. Na and summer was a meeting. Who be that? In the history of Ghana football, they are making some audacious demands. In fact, some of the demands mean who have the GFA and where people will mean so GFA for any job better actually.
I'm not talking to you, sir.
Me picture say, and never be me answer. And I mean, near man dozen. The GFA for no. Say that. Because when he has also automatic places for ESCO and Yajuma, GFA form penny. Just some other will come to all of them. Oh my, I am answer. The thing is in threefold. The first one is sort of I can't let you know. You can't the moment go any the kind. Almost say no, not the issues, but the way they divided them. I'll say first one was say no my categorize them. Okay, yes. I mean can feel me in the interim, and no more subsequently, and no more as soon as possible. Alacrity. And in the interim, no, also GFA should take over security at the stadium until they see a ball. No, home team never security. I'm saying, and it shouldn't be the issue of home team again. The GFA should be in charge of security. And Omoko will cast in the categories of matches. I'm expect to say at least category A and B matches, there should be 100 policemen. At least 100. At least there should be 20 military. That was stadium hall. I was police for free baby ever born. The one police will come across. Subsequently, the Gbadebe Commission report must be fully implemented. Security personnel must be from other security cameras must be using CCTV cameras on stadium. Stadium CCTV camera will be almost born. And now Omasake be a check club licensing department for. As soon as possible, the league should be autonomous. run by an independent management team. The GFA should work towards the exemption of match proceeds from VAT and other similar deductions. After you be selling Nasi and Mama Kotoko as a unse, my match seen a TV so. Now, if you want to charge you, no more triaka. Because in ye, when we be in ye, Omunye, Sanabi, okay, my mingas Omunye. Kotoko and has the GFA should disclose to Kotoko and has a vote before the commencement of each football season the total number of matches that will be televised to ensure that a fair percentage of the revenue from sponsorship and TV right deals is determined and duly paid to us. Kotoko and has should be automatically represented on the GFA Executive Council. Baba Diaba and this letter was the community release and others letter is signed by Nana Pinkra Kwesiwa, IMC chairman Asante Kotoko, and Togbe Afede, board chairman Accra has a book.
The two most elegant, luxurious, and glamorous clubs in Ghana flexes their muscles and places huge demand on the head of Ket E.S. Okreku. 60% TV rights, automatic slot on the ESCO, and autonomous league.
60% TV right, is it in the letter?
Tama, okay, I said last week.
The letter that I have cited.
I
over this weekend, over and over again. I didn't see 60%.
Tama.
But let me go through the letter. Proposals on football reforms to the GFA. And there's our discussion this morning. And Mami Lydia.
I like the way it has been designed.
We can't design. We make a letter signed by Togbe.
Yes. And yeah.
Or say we, the management teams of Asante Kotoko, SC and Accra SC, the two leading clubs in Ghana Premier League,
yes,
are deeply worried by the state of the league in the best interest of Ghana football, and guided by the principles of fairness and reasonableness, we hereby present the following proposals for your consideration with the aim of ultimately improving the league. In the interim, for the time being, in the interim, it is imperative that absolutely necessary that the GFA takes immediate
imperative and
control of all security arrangements. All security arrangements.
Yes.
The safety and security of individuals and property at all league centers must be significantly enhanced without delay, as well as a strict adherence of the club licenses and regulations. That is in the interim.
They say no club should manage security. No determine say match way based on my evidence. Police force say no club beat me say police no me the 10 neighbor, me the 20 neighbor, me the 40 neighbor.
Subsequently,
Subsequently,
A, the Gbedebe Commission report must be fully implemented.
And also walk up your
B, B, the number of police personnel deployed for category A and B matches should be at least 100. At least 100.
Yes, and also crowd.
In addition, at least 20 military men should be deployed to category A matches and same category B match, some category B matches with a high risk of danger. D, security personnel must be from other stations in the region and not from the locality of the match venue. E, security cameras must be installed at all league centers.
All
league centers. But the league center be more. A new risk assessment must be undertaken to categorize matches properly.
And yes, category A and B, no person assign any B.
Match B or what?
Match B.
Can you know we B by a match scheduled at league center which does not meet the criteria for hosting matches of that category should be moved to an appropriate venue. Tomorrow the tour. That's a match. I'm fixing a meeting. The club licensing department should define new minimum standards that all Premier League match venues must meet. Finally, as soon as possible, the league should be made autonomous and run by an independent management team. 2. The GFA should work towards the exemption of match proceeds from VAT and other similar deductions. 3. The GFA should disclose to Kotoko and has a vote before the commencement of each football season the total number of our matches that will be televised to ensure that a fair percentage of the revenue from sponsorship and TV rights deals is determined and duly paid to us. So what it means is that Oman gets 60% as well. Lastly, the GFA should disclose to Kotoko and Hearts of Oak before the commencement of each football season the total number of our matches that will be televised to ensure that a fair percentage of the revenue from sponsorship and TV rights is determined and duly paid to us. My who say match we any match, maybe match 20 times in a season, so that you work on that and pay us. Finally, Kotoko and Hearts should be automatically represented on the GFA Executive Council. So this is jointly signed by Toby Afede the 14th, board chairman Accra Hearts of Oak, and Nana Aprinka Kwesiewa, IMC chairman Asante Kotoko LC.
Now I am bought Bechem United for Abaso, and almost a video ni will Bechem.
Oh, for Pooley.
Yeah, for Pooley. Inti and when there's a Bechem for also the Omodo Ebo Muka Kotoko. Yes, into almost the almost with me and Ness at least. You will find say Omabo Modern Kaka. At least yes, so my idea. Point and no Bechem United so supporters the almost almost the Ababontin has so yeah, so far so good from the clubs. Now let's go to a Kotoko request no. And I end up with me PMU our stadium yendo be so be osen was an anajo. Go to about a month for ejinemu ebete. Imagine this event no more and we are crowd you can imagine senka.
It's also peaceful.
Yes, peaceful but tre kwan so and a kama man for nante ya edi odobo domuana bibia e kama ho. Now to the substantive issue itself. The agreement between Kotoko and Hearts on what they are expecting the FA moving forward. This is what Asante Kotoko has a cheetah for a pay free woman penning for years. You drew back.
Some of the proposals are quite audacious.
Yes.
If you are not
there should be a change.
Say, for instance, ESCO was a permanent seat.
Say, no, and yet to say, automatically, but at least.
One guy.
Oh, no, don't make us say. Some of the issues will be modified.
Kotoko and Hearts should be automatically.
Yeah, that is a last
be represented on the GFA.
The last point we are coming in. So let's start from the beginning. Now, in some Asante Kotoko has in penny for a reason crucial. For instance, category A and category B matches has any Kotoko matches. Has ne Kotoko bar A. Now has any team B bo Kotoko ni team B bar normally you consider no B. Now what they are saying is that first, the level of security officials also to common study almost starting from the security point as a police for the point na and almost started there in terms of DC, you know. So the first thing is a police force say PMO has any Kotoko matches moving forward in the Ghana Premier League should not be less than 100. And you can say police for a bahono, or do one about form than 100. Now, so I had you see when you swatrena. According to DCOP Lydia Donko, Zoto, the interview no, journalists ni bisa say the expected number of police na ene the omuji two more pre-match near Tana, and the American say they expected 30 personnel, and 30 no na within that number any PMO, and clearly everything has proven say on the day say 30 no muji two man that should not be the standard for the number of supporters it has any Kotoko matches. Nipa sometimes 2,000 and above. But to say expecting Nipa 2,000 at stadium. Now I say all the 30 police officers and Abaha. Look at the ratio. One police officer is equal to Nipa saying. Because Kotoko and house matches, I'm 1,000 to 2,000. Our other venues is so simple. Because now say Cressy Nipa Baba Sports Stadium. Who divided the amount of money at Kotoko by yet the lowest amount age and the average amount you are looking at 4,000 to 5,000. TSM conform ko baba and crown 4,000 to 5,000. The fancy asach him at the amount away matches. Now so the Nipa 30 be now for Nipa 2,000. Just look at the margin in terms of one police officer to one another number of spectators, and the likely will say Jabet Miatum. In Tianyama one say inadequate police personnel echo created this particular issue. And again, almost on the account say the nature of the game should demand military officers not less than 20. Yahoo matches are Kotoko kwa. Now says Kotoko brekum. Kotoko the military the koi. But the military no ya allow omo to enter the stadium. Tinomo jinechiri. And yen enemy send me a PA free on the day because of the tension involved. So with these two reasons has no company for any suggestion. And the kwanza baako kra back out. Aba baako kwaya onkonam na ebe wiase no na amanfo pass between them and obi aba be wuru omuntem na mra na ntimi anya adwuma. I think say any military for all matches in power, matches involving House and Kotoko, especially the arrival of those two teams, the dressing room area. So I'm back park and sometimes football for one person who military or park and so because I'm say create a wrong impression. But baby to say the arrival of the teams. On the camera inside and capture say military to maintain calmness and a dressing room area because the whole pan of Muslims same PA free bar and your point first staff we could see and your point we could see. Then the police will look at the inner perimeter and the supporters. They should make sure it happens, and it's all part of the necessary suggestions.
Okay.
Again, the camera aspect. Make sure say the part where they are insisting say it's a match venues near cameras. And where no more here and I'm telling you, if House and Kotoko decide say one more they will definitely win this fight. Based on reasons from the ababontia, we are batting baby and outside House New York Kotkonina Utia, Ubamu here say San Yoma Webabo Numa as soon as possible.
Okay.
And the camera aspect is not something that we should push aside. Now I'm so true. They now Kotoko bar against in Swatremano. We all complain about the pitch. It's a pitch, no, in a good state. See a baby ball. So if House and Kotoko are saying, say, the minimum standard, you create a new one. I be making sure say Premier League venues, MET, ma whoever that club is, yeah, enforce on so akobo be fufro.
Okay.
House and Kotoko to some extent are safe, but to two House no Kotoko, we see them moving around. House Kotoko this is one call boss. When Baba house not ready, and one can say me kobo adakwe that, and I'm a kope paju ho baby abo, but they move to Obuase. House of 4 classes bebo matches ukumase. House of 4 last season, Echo Soga Kope Kobo matches. Meaning even the 2 big clubs, a baby so na baby omo born in Iwa, ya momo selected baby, they move. Therefore, they should come together and make sure say inspection when you be ready. They will push the law for whoever club it is to move. I think some to these are on the VAT aspect. Many Japan. Also, my head security, or my share the total game itself, and my head the financial aspect of the FA. Sorry to me, I buy convince you about say here scar for Blasters, both AFCON and the World Cup. But FNN Timian convince you about said taxes said that clubs and see come do gates and on Boami and so. But could plead my Blasters. And the government of Ghana raised 25 million. Say Infanta Blasters a chief for the AFCON and the World Cup. Okay. I think Yura Toge and Nana Penkra must start a good fight. And the supporters must back them. At least Mizoto, what check has and a court command on Bokumas, the amount that was deducted a court tax in Kwanhoa. No to is Kakesia affected clubs. Inti, see a teso, and I a year free financial Bemobotoma edu. So they should fight and a TV right then. So everything about this particular document a good cause. Yes, on me some obstacles. But to change the system, it's not going to be an easy one. Yes. So they must come together. So and being backing out.
We'll come back.
Nobody should back out. No more fighting full force.
Bruni Baker said the demands. Niba say Jibu Nra Oda Pabewa because this Kotoko has thing at least in the last 6-7 years has been an agenda. Obviously, Omukabuma they are too strong to be ignored. But Rebecca says some of the demands are very audacious. I mean, how can you say, for instance, you fix a camera baby because GFA only has him we. Secondly, what's it? Executive council. In the meantime, this is automatic slots.
It's a normal demand. Okay, many akabanta no how.
Yes. What's it? This is my
friend mommy. Yeah. See yenya encounters kakra. Yenya encounters kakra my friend mommy. And I'm a bit can say when we have football be good anymore, especially with this current interview. Okay.
Kaipa.
Na enra a free memedano. Ebesi na make say me sure say
my information to support me the other country.
Okay.
My investigation was Omun police are somebody are surprised.
When I make a
and about my identification.
When I make a banner.
Oh, you're surprised at the woman.
Yes, the reports no more.
A woman will buy.
Your mom, Omun got so body, bear more.
Yes,
One I go to
oh, beyond Soman, what they are more boy, Yan Somano.
You matter your
and I make say,
and then Cassam,
so are here. Yeah, my money position on Begun any massy. Or no, tinny baby, what tinny baby D Ghana ha, Bizoto. Untis will be any sem Eka and Semtia Mammy. And I didn't walk about football for you, or we now no coso position, and I'm the two. A free fiada, a BC and Ras said, yes, ye dimami at the Mukromano. Me a craname raho. Nessa more kind in the two. Outside no crowd, you send it a wood na benti, and outside na mount for church him from different angle. When baby an ask him name. Now, when him say no collect sentence, Nibia. And I say, what the match commissioner's report, and then a report. So I say, Lake sentence Nina no.
Because a chance
almost a chance and a room. Ah, Metinams, me mammy pa.
You become a Kobe, baby, as a Jubia.
I no cry, no cry. Or the football for which, or Mamma can trust how.
I know who a picture from the by images now.
Yes, that's it.
The quiet a match your bomb.
Yes, that's it.
Somebody will be on this.
Bafo. League near I see a baby. See a stadium, Echo League. There be a medium a casa Ghana dear, Mizoto Yamedo you. Yamedo Ghana. Sometimes I imagine say, Cassie drew gate and no yes, room. Kay drew gate and no yes, room. Now that could be the bomb than the came over to the ceremony. Omuni who? Omuni, may say Omuni who? I didn't know. Omuni yes, such beer. It was quite surprised. So I was one in the commanders, Cassa. Emo o insiste. Alex Center bia be ko bia no ye yes search ansa na supporter na obi okwe bo ni bia atime room enya no kure
no mom jeja say no rechi no so na say uram opie obi ogina chiri de obi wo
enya no kure en eye me nwanwa sem zo tuo the level I would do said that I may catch it say and they say IGP ura dampare every hope almost stand a chance of becoming IGP or one of them
and or young so.
Yes ojina strong position
years ahead
ojina strong position it's man and fan who metwitwi football for we mo na bedu stage bi no na be yin as IGP a na manfo started in semi be bata no ebi na abai na me dia senu ina mo wan say IGP na take you over asem no and this COP Lydia Donko we under the IGP the moment bibi be si o Ghana ha our police be take you over no to obi timi free baby me kire na adwene o every communication should come directly from the police and you be a instructing no the police for kra no mo investigation si en share wo sekasa so to ntimi kasa asem ni yenuru ba bia yenko mu half ni start make judgment de oye no so to say Pooley busuafo na yire ne ma omutia they will cry. It's like making a conclusion say you kuni stadium cry you kuni to baby
na abobo
ya bi ko fa no
and then be ambulance no
oh utie na asem ni ya she has already making judgment awie o we making judgment awie etima obeso o che say my en connect ewuo no baby esi no
to the game
with even security for mobile stadium one me ka say omo ntimi anya omo adwuma. It looks so sad. It's me fool say Mama Lydia Donko. But the maka just a committee ni free so. Nyesa nim go ase no ombe mo age saa. Na wo kra wani abre ya okotena adwo FM aka say FA president ne kron kasai. The one who is in charge of the association on kasai. And the enti make say people are not serious in this country ni say. Zoto asemi yesi 8 days ni o. 8 days ni. The mother body of football, not a single press conference to address Ghanaians. Mubema Ghanaian football loving fans and need that swore for our football. Everybody is quiet. And a class in money share near Koshia Okukum, Naba Kubia Babontin or Babontin has 2 weeks to betting about league. So to look at all these things. Kotoko has letter na Abano. The two. Me de mani age ho and me di Ghana football echi no e wo mu say yenyam fanya adwuma ba me ye sure say mpanyifo mo nsa hyekrata asin e ye mpanyifo mu dimu o Ghana ha ye nyina ye nim the influence of Togo afede na pinkra zutu o gina ho de mo pem so nti the position of nipa mienu we no I'm not sure say they will just come out no much ro bibi keke no mo de akwa FA na bedu stage bi no om se ya na ye kan ye boa akura na akwa no yeso be yesu osunwan no afi do so onye yesu bi no I'm not sure say he head towards that area am bo no no so onye yesu bi
om de abade kan ba ko say
so onye yesu bi
amfa enkanzan konson no kura ngunu kom
o say enyo mo maka nyina no enye different from the yakan wa ha o
the same thing.
Ayen sama ya brusu wa ha na yemi de same to omodi ni nyina egu krata so na omodi akoma de FA and they should insist ayen hye eso mo hye FA need to do it. Media writers sama ya kan ni sika de makotoko ne has ba bia ni we wa asasi so am to na se yete hai na ye adwuma na adwuma na ye no to se mimi fu se adwuma na ye me de na me ye ne so chen ana de agu me so no so chen wo na obi a wo fom no wo si awia ye kwakọ cheskape ye nya ne sa
adwuma ne ye mu
David on se nya hem zo to nya me kro bo ni wiase no obo nipa wo wiase nya se nya me ne boye but when the person sending a message to no anema wa bo no ochusu bi so amfo obi a so what them chance ochusu bi. The magnitude of Kotoko has omo to to mo ase ache na zaki to make key points bi bizoto se uko little education uko England uko Italy uko Spain. Italy they say omo fe no Liga Serie A and Spain they omo fe La Liga. Okay, Ghana had the structure is already the structure and the whole. Anke yes ye beko ye chibebri. But that be a mekase. There was says or says our structure no. E rock kwesi na ntechi. Especially so ye vice chairman of GACA. Now because of the position as vice chairman e wo GACA. Otibi ne na mama mizotuo obey president of the FA. Now for no sorry tie ku a e man be FA president no. Na mo say no, your football ni your problem. Akaye de ebobo so yi zotuo. Kane de na fa the legal case na be Syria no. E ho am na represent wo mo. E clubs, ze kwa de Italy no. Syria ni gina ne baby. Nti Liga Syria na e Liga Syria B. Ba uko Spain dia La Liga no. For the main La Liga and the second B. So what me chana say. Akaye de ne GACA. Eti de no moye zutu. Enya se ye kwa akoto aba, se ye kwa akoyi omo mbedi GACA anim. Na ye koyi omo a omo positions for club. Ye bia bato no to, especially se GACA na organize your liga. Se wo ba na wo ba be fa, ye ba beto amia beto so aba. And yes we associate with any club. So we occupy any position. Now, so any attractive, we go and check the profile of Habie Tebas. You to a lawyer ni o, or your lawyer ni, but ya hana any GACA. GACA kwako tuaba. Na FA president show interest wom. Say nye ni nipa ompene. So tell me say, it's clearly how our football is being run in this country. It's very very poor, and you been here Kotoko has. Say omo be what stage we am to omo na omo timi abo enti utie omo points omo dia ba police and baby ba kwada na me kam se na se antemase na me ka say ye wo mra am so tuo ye se wo venue a wo bo game ho e se timi meeting e wo club licensing no enti se wo venue ni timi meeting a adenti na e se ye considerate na e ko fa problem de ba. We need to change it because we want to brand our football. Because the end result they say you bring a good brand to sell it and the clubs to be making money. Okay. It's what they Kotoko has say. See a common match will venue be. Now venue need to be meet standard now. Yampe venue for no kobo.
Yeah. The next one I beboa.
Club licensing na see a yirim. Yet to grow my mizo to
make a strict adherence.
Unim say club licensing board I approve so atre. No mo se baba yara entimi host to Premier League. Wo dey ase we pa am to 20 ase be no.
Senior, some of them.
I think something like the implementation of autonomous league is something that is in the process. So to go crowd down. To go further down
to the process.
So the FA will only have to speed things up.
No, so hold on back. When Kotoko has in the meeting, it was a more to the Muslim. Now, when Togo was there,
so I just say
the thing has died a natural death.
And I just say the problem also is not coming from the teams. Left to the teams alone, So, FA no hold BB. At the FA no yes, Omama, the corner of my hold in term that autonomous league, you know, and must know. As some of man basso because Papa in a down. So,
and I'm going to say,
but they
are not glad to hear as soon as possible.
You see the point?
Another
the implementation of
that subsequently as soon as possible.
Yes,
they give me a supper as soon as possible.
Of course, it means to say or no so or that or then you done so movie. When you near my course on when you near my Emma Diano Emma so. And I want to believe, and I strongly want to believe is that when you say in free class on the side, no more free, you know. There's if you know add the count man you know
as soon as possible I say
you know implementation you know
and James as soon as possible next season
or say yes the league we are the next
so share the as soon as possible ni na nyoma ebeje break kakra
because what all them better
say VAT dey say so kwa buy hunting
and you know if at the end we say one more some there the FA and the clubs are and some bit my yamana bad there they have to. Not just the way demand and one be FA not to pay so the FA should be up and doing straight out. Mr. Tax exemption and on match proceeds. These are some of the things I know. FA no are buying interactions and I decided everybody. The FA must be seen as all fighting for the clubs. Young Najitum. And now of course I say my na Kotoko started any nipa a free some can be a woman discuss say the taxes on the last game on boy against House of Folk or by responsible security is too much and the bear or more says Kotoko be move away from that facility who's an air so say ya and once I take Kotoko House of Folk to buy it the same it the bar I think say the FN must see to that a court to Kotoko house because to a rippling effect all other clubs like Enkitwani Nyans be benefit because yeah this one to that they are the front runners so they have to do that fair distribution of TV right revenue to Asante Kotoko.
I can assure you to be resisted by clubs no.
Fair distribution.
Yeah. But what the woman demand this is very reasonable say. Moncha matches no.
Yeah.
If you are over 10 like it's done elsewhere, over 10 out there 20.
So they have to change.
40.
They have to change the model of the distributors.
And that's a fairness and reasonableness.
Yes.
No more.
Match.
You be show me match week be. Obi wa you show ni the bear 5. It is can in
So I don't know. They have to rethink. They have to go back. No more the Ankophobia. In the Premier League, they do that. What's your status as a Premier League club? No, you always carry the mount. Then opposition, I was carry the mount. O matches is so you know. So you go back and look at the Omuye now. The I think there's an Obama. There will not be problem for Asante Kotoko and House of Folk. Because on automatic representation of Asante Kotoko and House of Folk on the ESCO, a bit difficult. A bit difficult. Sir, you had a slot. Say Escovey Kotoko House of Folk because of Omo Kesi in T. But I think almost summarize it.
Permanent.
Said say that the US yes they have it.
Permanent position.
They have it.
Now no because Niger and the US need vote at the crowd. Why can't
Ghana crowd US into the crowd.
Ghana crowd.
Now because Niger don't have phone. I'm saying Ghana.
Na Niger me.
Oh, anya be shop kakra.
I said heavy. Na me go bo man say.
So I think say a hono na maybe you have a second look at it. How it's going to be done. But I still believe we say Kotoko has at any point in time. I say omu level. Kotoko has at any point in time. I say omu level. I don't think you only have to have Kotoko has on the ESCO so and then the decision be according amount. Because ESCO how many people? Membership in the ESCO no. It's about 5 premier because
some 11 as well.
12.
Yes, 12. The Kotoko has it also. Na say if you koto ababiko na say if the donor and Kotoko has decision moya they will vote against them. So I don't think being on the ESCO no in itself no that necessary. But how the Kotoko has see themselves as the biggest clubs in Ghana they normally did the way is what is important to at any point in time. Wow, we are Kotoko chairman. Wow, we House of Folk chairman. Unim status. Unim say yeah, me this is House of Folk. This is Asante Kotoko. Fa and to sa ayimu na my hand also be ni sa na mane mano nam. Oh, you see the point? Omo do ba form do. Omo do ba form do. Na Kotoko ni has na and also efe ayina enema bia ehia is omo discuss no. They don't discuss it. So I am not too much for that, but I think there's something out to be done.
Well, let me fix my ride into Yankoni and Rami because I keep on up Ejibo. Senior so about vast night to the stars. Yankan says this Friday and I have 14th no sa kodie efia oforian pons and one more omoka ho and I bet and were rich condos in share so 7 p.m. Pepe on the 14th of February. I thought ticket is here because it's this Friday. Star 714 star 25 hash. Star 714 star 25 hash. 300 CDs. Regular VIP is 400 CDs. For table reservation, contact 0245 594 425 0245 594 425 0244 568 252 0244 568 252 Nianko. Afei memfa we in Bayport Savings and Loans and free assembly secure your future now with Bayport safe as kabisi nenya ho mo save and flexible yeah the hard time I say policy come on here be ma 91 days or 182 days na 365 your numbers ni frɛ for an investment advice na no relationship officer ni nkɔmɔ 0558 119281 0558 119281 0244170601 0244170601 and a Michael number is 0242 288915 na afei yɛn kɔ yɛn nim. Okay, Amen Scientific Hospital. Amen Scientific Hospital is the best alternative medical hospital in Africa. Ebibia mo nyina obi a stroke a channel shake ami bonsu. He has a track record. A woman sem ohwe and afei yade nketenkete e ka ho ni nyina. Yade machines and every amanane aba ura machine mu a na no ahwe yade e ka ho asem na eyi free ho ma wo. Ko shembi 24 different certified medications. And ye wo ya so ye. Ya ye nro na dodo na ma ban ade atum say ye mfamwa. Tiba West Africa hani ade dia unim Amen Scientific Hospital kuma se ye wa twema techiman. Kwada so fun ase kwan so do so for line kuma se na so ope Amen Scientific driver for nyina be boado akọ your branches or enchi burger wa ba bia ni Accra Takoradi de Tamale atebubu ne Ghana ha be bia opese okọ ekwan eda ho Christian service year admission general admissions na eguso a you up to 15th intine onye late to be so undergraduate course akọ sans na be so your masters diploma for certificate the obi a wasi SSC fakọ na the here ne say wo aggregate 6 to 36 with me apply and I feel so 6 to 10 a month scholarship and the un to kakra no answer odeko postgraduate courses no do so MA MSc MPhil area will be a first degree was it going to say lower than pass na fear your number is 0246 275 0240 154 825 0322 028781 the numbers no na fe yanko. All right, Zach.
Zoto, you see, every serious footballing nation biana omo league akon in biana the organizers of the league are different from the FA people. Man biana league no etumpon a akon in biana. And the best practices now, should they be the kind of all the best practices are not, the leagues are not organized by the FA people. If you go to the La Liga, you go to the Italian Serie A, you go to the Premier League, the Bundesliga, and all the leagues that if you say the best practice for us to go and learn. No. Africa, yeah, if you go to Egypt and all those countries, no, the FA ain't organizing league, no. They have a body that organizes the league for them. At least some level of integrity. At least you could see say and say a perfectly good. There's no perfect system anywhere in the world. But you see say omono because of say league no anko ya omo nyesika because say omono they are people they are there for business. And say league it will affect their revenue. So they are always interested
in the cooperative.
Yes. Now he has on where Ivan Tabas Real Madrid. He's the organizer of the La Liga. Real Madrid say their referees are corrupt. He comes out, defend the referees, and all tackle Real Madrid to the extent that they are always on the court. Because it's about Real Madrid air cano. It affects. Yes, but the RFA president, then Luzan, Rafael, then Otto. He's unconcerned because league don't organize it. I think sir, you have to. I like the way Kotoko and listen, when they come together, there is no football association that can fight these two clubs. They are very powerful. Without them, these two clubs in our league, you know.
So let's look at the converse nature of it. So without the league, who are they?
They are football clubs.
How many are they?
They are football clubs.
How many are they?
Let's tell them say these two clubs. If you dare them, they will get more sponsorship than the FA. And then Kotoko has. If FA will dare them, now Kotoko say yati home. And the FA the monte they say they will get more sponsorship than the FA. and they will get clubs who are ready to come and join them. And then Kotoko any has ekase omafre bofakwa omafre RTU BA United Ashanti Gold ne class is mo de some say mo bo ye kwa organize a league abo ye fa nko bia ba ye de ba die ni e wo Ghana say o de nko bia but we are going to play our league in Ghana here and entertain ourselves. One money ba ko hwe no e ba ko hwe this they can do it. So Champions League bia but they are playing their league to entertain themselves in Ghana here and so they can support more. Kotoko has say ya forming our own league. We dey go Champions League. But we are playing our own league here to entertain our supporters. They will get more money in the form of sponsorship than the FA will get for their own league. So these two clubs, when Omuko Humboma and Yama Okuro Omuono, the FA cannot match them. So I've seen people talking about clubs when has no got a position and they may catch them. They are not in the position Omuko Pacho. They should listen to it very well. Side demands now more demand no. And yet demand na you got to say you got trouble with United and I say dreams and I say out of line same here. That is not the position that they should be taking. A position of we've taken our internal position. This is our demand. Montiasia we are going. And men ko say you got class na. You say you meeting you got trouble na abano na they will lose in the vote in the vote. No. Maybe if you are Ali and Zamalek, you don't go and sit down and allow one Saturday and then Mika one to come and tell you what to do in a meeting. No. You are the big guys. Opa. This is our position. It's either this or not. They should dare these clubs. No more organize on Muluku in Shadi. Now ever tell us has any league anymore. We will waste our time to discuss the league that they are playing. The league is discussed because Hearts and Kotoko are playing, and not because of the other clubs. And so we are doing only Hearts a bar. No one see any other. I can also get one. That is how the
like to assume okay there. Say o kind of say in years.
And when the enemy can
na dom ku. Eh dey be kase a change. But so you say no be an insha so na.
Oh sanity.
Yem fa yon kosa.
There be sanity. You obefa obiso.
You as a fan and boy. Yeah, and I'm for a TUC. And I'm for the home to change. Boy, as well to change.
And to almost there be only in Amna. There be even our normal friends there. Fano. Ye for Busuni Akweshian because ye Diana Meboa. And you said Pokon Obuan Kunshan da. And think it one hasa. What him come again who da. That be you see Saturday Yaso Swama Sabin for this and more chroma say no. As a kind of question we say without one house who team kit one out one be anymore. The kit will become way there be a Mr. Nye don't feel friend young apostle. The entire all patcho say Kotoko free league in. I don't know because say next match when Kotoko. I'm calculation we.
And it's just an why and then no credit.
Oh, but the next match on Kotoko Nebo. I'm budget we did that. I the budget Kotoko bar. For some time I want to players can be like a credit to players. Say the panel. And nay, oh here Kotoko din dio.
Mama bomb the area in the
no, so that's why I can say.
Near your mum, you know,
and position. It should be a position that a year. Montiasia, we are going. So, Rabadin
Omunkasa.
Mena make a mom say on position. San say, Ready Bassa community Nasia. Their position, Leganes, you can't challenge it all. So, Sarah, you can't challenge their position, no. But promise you say, you create some vacuum yatwo. Say, you acquire a meeting, you got to Swaba, never Chem United, ne, Dreams FC, ne, Heart of Lions, money, class, the Sian Chas, and Tia Boko only has in Egu. When they go, Montiasia and Embo, has some Kotoko should call RTU, Kinfesa, Bofakwa, and teams, so Ash Gold, ne, Tamayu, Tamayu Timo, they should organize that league. We will follow that league. We will give that league mileage. They will get money Azakes mu nya o 11 months mu nya o me say so mo kono mo so mo ntiasia we are telling them say there are clubs that they can use to play league el Kroma say ya sponsors will come in and sponsor because has Kotoko as far as came down say enkoye man ko say omo sero bi no that yes no twam eti ene sa ade na omo ye no ye catch omo say enye omo sero bia
baby omo kodu so omo sa omo chi a ompere omo zana
ene Kroma say den ke no omo
okay ajo
emze be bosumene kakrani ena mbetena aka say me ame mame DCOP Lydia Donko wawe o sana mafano sana mafano because
I'm an agent.
me friend mommy